Been a while since we have seen a little bit more character development or a little bit more insight about the other characters other than Soma and a little bit Erina. And that is something I like. Last time we saw my girl Megami being her adorable self, and this time we see a little bit more how Takumi have evolved. First of all, we see a very cute cover page about describing this red-white battle like chess pieces. What is it? Yoichiro and Gin, are they the kings? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Gin was the queen just because he's always been having food gasm when he was in drag, but I think he's the king. Soma and Takumi, where are they? Uh, the knights? I'm sorry, I don't know chess. But Erina and Megumi, oh my god. I don't know why, but there's something very adorable about that. I think she's the rook, and Megami, is she the bishop? She has a magic wand with her blush sticks and Erina's face sticking out. Oh man, I don't know why, but there's something very adorable about that. Either way, they're doing as the father and son decides to do it anyway, but even though they have a little hard time, Erina says that they need to do this with not talking, but Soma being Soma says like, you're also breaking the rules, which Erina shows her cute breaking down again. But then Soma asks why is his dad cooking the recipe a very bit different than they're meant to do. And Erina, being very smart, realizes that's true because apparently one of the dominant ingredients of this dish, the hachi parmenter, is to make the meat sauce. But apparently Gin is making a new version of himself, and where he's adding anchovies. So in all, this is not just a simple cook down. No, this is actually a test run. This is actually say that both Gin and Yoichiro, they are ad-libbing and changing the recipe on the spot. After all, that's just how they say they're going to defeat the Elite Ten. They need to end how they survived the first days. They needed to change on the spot. So they're testing them by trying to find they are doing their own way. They cannot talk to their sous chefs, but the sous chefs, they have to take out their own version from it and also try to improve it. And now we see Takumi's stagiaire. Apparently he was one of the stagiaire at a traditional Japanese restaurant called Fujisame, where the one owner was the 12th generation Tomonori Fuji. Of course the ladies were fawning over Takumi's profile, but Tomaru Fuji did not have any faith. But the only reason why he took in a stagiaire was because apparently the Say Simon recommended him personally, which means he had a lot of respect for that man. I guess this means that Sai Simon do look out for the generation. And we see Takumi, he had actually cut his hair, and he bowed his hair saying it's a pleasure working for him. And the only reason why this Tomonori Fuji took him in was not because that he bowed his head, that he said it was a pleasure working for him, but apparently Takumi has realized he had to change. And during the stagiaire, he began to talk about everything. How he promised Soma he would challenge him to a Shokugeki one of these days. And we're gonna settle a score in the training camp. And how much he felt frustrated after he lost against Subaru in the Shokugeki. But the one man he didn't want to lose to actually defeated the guy he couldn't defeat and got his kitchen knife. Uh, and returned the kitchen knife to him, even though it was something he treasured with his own soul. But he gave it back to, I think he gave it back to Soma, and he still has it. It was then he had a breakdown that he was so frustrated and so he felt weak in a way you can almost describe it. It's like he was completely broken, and he realized the way he was right there and now he wasn't good enough. He had to destroy the cooking of Aldini that he had built up and change it into a new one. That's almost similar to how Soma did during his study year. He needed to find his own face of a chef, so to speak. He needed to uh, change the Yukihara style he had. And he needed to, and Takumi felt the same, he needed to throw away the traditions of the cooking Aldini he had built up right now, and then create a new him that will smash down the Aldini pieces, cooking of Aldini to pieces, and make it anew. And so it's clear that even Takumi is making an ab-lib of them all and making a sofroti, a paste often used in Italian cuisine. Um, is some kind of excellent compatibility with the sauce that Dojima is doing. So in another way, Takumi is also ab-living, and he's grown. As he looks at Soma, they don't even need to talk, but in their minds they practically can read each other, because it says like, "Stop messing around, Yukihara. This objective is to take back Isame and the others, so do not stumble here. It doesn't matter if this is training or if it's a battle. This is where a simple kitchen. This is where we will battle." And so Soma binds the headband and realizes that, yeah, now I'll take this seriously. And that is exactly how a rival should give faith back to his friend and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that scene. It was a bit nice to see more insight about Takumi and not just Soma. Still, I know we saw a lot about Megumi last week, but I actually still wants to see a little bit more about Megumi. I mean, her. I want to see a little bit if she also can grow, or have we already seen it? Either way, it was a cute cover. The fact with the chess piece with Megumi and Erina, that was so adorable. And Takumi's character development and so much journey. I like this. And it's also like the fact that words were not needed when someone has determination in his eyes. I cannot be that kind of person, but I like this. This chapter was good. So give me your thoughts if you have any.